What is going on, guys? This is Mike with Chit Chat Gaming. I am back, yes, and today I want to show you guys how to hack successfully, and pretty easy anyways, your Sega Genesis Mini. Now it's very simple here. You're going to download an installer called Project Lunar, or Project Lunar, whatever you want to call it here. So I'm going to go ahead and make this really quick here. So you're going to get this little pop-up here. You're going to go and run it anyways. We're going to go ahead and install. Alright, so we're going to quickly install this thing here. You're going to run through the basic installer stuff. I'll leave a link down below to the actual installer on how to download that and install it. And again, you're going to save it to your desktop or whatnot and go ahead and open it up, run your basic installation, which moves along pretty quick. This part here took a little bit of time, but it went rather quickly here. And so here it goes. This is basically just installing it to the PC. Okay, everyone, get rid of this here. Alright, so now we can go and open it up. So here we go. So now we have, basically install, uninstall. We have your open game manager as well too. So obviously we don't have that, so we're going to go ahead and just do the install of the actual Project Lunar here. So going to be greeted with some slight pop-ups here. I'm going to click OK on this. This is basically just going to install everything and get it going. And right now, currently, you want to have, you don't want to have your Sega Genesis Mini plugged in or anything at this time to your USB, to your PC or anything. You're going to just leave that alone for right now until further notice. So right now, it's installing everything here, your drivers and whatnot. So this does take a little bit of time. Now we'll go ahead. I'll probably skip some of this here in just a moment. But yeah, I mean, right now it's currently installing. It moves along, like I said, pretty quick here, guys. Like I mentioned before, I did find this out here today. So we'll go ahead and let this go. Alright, so if we can get here. Alright, so we're just kind of hang tight here. I think right now we want to go ahead, and I believe we want to actually, I think it's just loading here still, actually, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, so there we go. So we'll go ahead and we'll hit yes on this. Of course, it's going to ask me this, so we'll go ahead and yeah, we can do that. Now it's going to basically show me some different steps here on what you want to do. This is actually, you don't have to do this, but it is very helpful. So it does tell you here, basically what to do. What you want to do is install, you want to plug in the USB using a different cord other than the one that came with the actual Sega Genesis Mini, because you need one that allows you to be able to transfer data back to your PC. So I'm just using a cell phone USB. Basically we'll plug that in. So what you're going to do is you're going to make sure the console is switched over to on. You're going to hold down the reset button. Actually, so I'm going to start all over. You're going to go and switch the console on. You're going to plug in, or you're going to hold the reset button down. Then you're going to plug in the USB here to your console. The LED light is going to blink a few times. Once it's done blinking, you're going to hold on for a few more seconds to the reset button, and then you're going to release it. And then this screen will pop up. Once it's all finished here, I did fast forward a little bit here. It says it's successful, so we can go ahead and we can close that or hit OK on that. It does take a little bit of time once you actually do the process where you're holding on the reset button. As soon as you let go, it does take a little bit of time to install everything. I want to say probably about 5-6 minutes or so. Once it's done, you're going to be greeted with this here, letting you know that you have successfully, installed everything to your Sega Genesis Mini here. Alright, so I'll go ahead and I'll hit OK on that. And then we'll go ahead and finish. Now we can go to the Open Game Manager because we've already done the installation of Project Lunar. So we'll go ahead and we will go to this here in just one moment. Let me see. It's kind of... Alright, yeah. I just want to check something out really quick. Alright, yeah, so we'll go ahead and we'll go and open up the game manager and go into that. Here we go. So now we're getting everything brought in. We'll go ahead and click OK on this here and get past this point. That's going to basically ask us if we want to sync everything as well here too. For this, we'll go ahead and hit yes. Okay, so now it's syncing everything. And what you're going to see is how much data is available to you, how much megabytes are available to you here. So there's really not a whole lot that you're going to have to play with. As you can see right here, it only allows you to have 170 megabytes. So obviously I don't have that. Or I'm not gonna put a ton of games on here. You can probably put like 10 or so games on here. So we're gonna go ahead and try putting Streets of Rage 3 on here. I had a hard time with this, trying to get the in-game information to load in. I had to kind of go back and forth. You gotta kind of wait a moment. Eventually it does work, but it did take some time. Now keep in mind, you can only put maybe, I don't know, 100 games on here. If you want to add more games with, basically with the amount of data or amount of storage they allow you to have on here, you can put about 100 games. If you want to add more, you can do all this with the USB drive as well too. There's some other tutorials out there that talks about that. I'm just going to add everything to my actual, to the storage that's available internally on the Sega Genesis Mini. As you can see, I'm having some issues here. Eventually it does pull up. So there we go. So now we have different. Here we go. So we have some information. We have, of course, box art and everything as well too. So we can mess around with that quite a bit and see which ones we want to go with that we're going to actually add into the console. But like I said, 170 megabytes is what you're allowed to have internally. So again, you can't do a whole lot of games, but you can definitely do some. So I'm just going to add just a couple for right now. I'm going to go ahead and add Streets of Rage 3 and probably one more just to kind of show you guys what's going on. And I'll probably add a few more, when I'm done here, because obviously I can just hook it back up and do that. So you do have the description. You do have the option to click on the 6-button hack as well too, which some games definitely want to have, because a lot of games, basically take advantage, like Street Fighter, some of the wrestling games and basically fighting games, or those games are going to take advantage of 6-button. So I don't want to do this one. Let's go with the same box art. Let's do a different spine. Let's just do the spine here. Here we go. So we'll go ahead and go with this one and get this bad boy up and going. We'll add this game here, and as you can see on the left hand side, there it is. Streets of Rage 3 is added. So let's go ahead and let's add WWF Super WrestleMania, which is a game I love. Yes, LJN, but it's a game I definitely love. I have it on Super Nintendo. I got it physically on both Genesis and Super Nintendo. I love this game so much. The difference between this one, of course, it had Ultimate Warrior, Papa Shango in it. So very, very fun game. So we'll go ahead and we'll add this game. Here we go. So this one came up a little bit faster. But like I said, you got to keep messing with it. I think it takes a little bit of time to load in, but eventually it does. And then you can get your spine art and your box art. So as I mentioned while I'm doing this here, I was going to use this one. As I mentioned, when you plug this thing in to get it going, you make sure the console's on, hold down the reset button, plug in your USB. When it's done, the LED light is done blinking, then you want to hold on to the reset button for just a few more seconds afterwards and let go, and that's it. Other than actually installing, Project Lunar, it's not that hard to do. Like I said, it doesn't take much time at all. So we'll go ahead and we're going to sync this. That's if I want to go ahead and sync it. Yes, this is basically adding the games to my Sega Genesis Mini. So we'll go ahead and we will add these 2 games that I have added to the 40 games that's included with the console. As you can see, it did indeed, bring up the megabytes a little bit here. So not a whole lot. So like I said, we can definitely add some more games. So let's go ahead and take a look at the games and see if they work. So unfortunately, my capture card is not working at this time. I'm going to take a look at it here tonight. So after I turn the console on, we do have a couple different options here. I'm just going to go ahead and go directly into Project Lunar here so we can go ahead and get things going. Again, I have to use the camera setup, my crooked camera setup here. I didn't do a very good job of making sure it was level, but it's okay though. Not a big deal. I'm going to get my capture card up and working. So as you can see, let's go ahead and find the game. So there's WWF Super WrestleMania, the one that I added. There it is right there. So we do a box art. Let's go ahead and let's go to the top and let's go ahead and categorize these as the alphabetical order. So there's Streets of Rage 2 and there's my Streets of Rage 3 that I added. So we can go ahead and hit game start. I have not changed anything. I have not done anything differently to the background or anything or nothing here. I haven't really messed with that. I actually just got the Sega Genesis Mini. It was on sale at GameStop for $50. I had a gift card and such as well, so I want to go and pick this up. I'm excited for the TurboGrafx 16 Mini that'll be coming out here soon. So as you can see, it works. I just went to the options here. I'm gonna go ahead and go into the game so you guys can see gameplay and see that it actually does work. So Here we go. That's gonna go with my boy Axel. I cannot wait for Streets of Rage 4 to come out as well here too. It's due to come out here sometime, so I gotta get used to the art style, but it's okay. I do see that Adam Hunter is back in the game as well too. So I believe in Streets of Rage 4 you have what, Axel, Adam, and Blaze so far, I think. So yeah, the game works. I'm using just a basic stock controller, that the 3-button controller that came with the Sega Genesis Mini. I have not hooked up like the Retrobit 6-button controller yet that I have as well too. So I will do that. I'll probably do a review of the actual console later on itself. But right now I just want to show you guys how to go ahead and add more games using this new hack, Project Lunar, to go ahead and add games to your Sega Genesis Mini. So as we can see here, once again, I'm going to hit the reset button, and I'm going to go back to the main menu, and we're just going to make sure, yes, all games. Okay, I'll make sure. Make sure that WWF Super WrestleMania works as well here too, and then we'll end the video. So here we go. It does give you the description, the release dates, and everything in there, just like the other 40 games that come with the console. So again, guys, I will put a link down below on how or where to go to get this installer, so you can go ahead and hack your Sega Genesis Mini itself as well too. Takes a little bit of patience. Of course, you want to have your ROMs and such as well. So let's go ahead and let's check out Super WrestleMania. Again, I love this one because it has the Ultimate Warrior and Papa Shango. I believe the British Bulldog is in this one as well too. The SNES version had Sid Justice, the Natural Disasters, and a few others. Legion of Doom as well. So again, both games had their own exclusive characters. I love how that was back in the day. Just it's awesome. So again, guys, the game does work, or the hack does work. As you can see, the game is working just fine. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video here now, guys. So once again, this has been a hack instructional video on how to hack your Sega Genesis Mini here using Project Lunar, so that way you can go ahead and add more additional games to your Sega Genesis Mini, guys. So if you have any questions or anything, any kind of comments, make sure you leave it down below. Make sure you like the video here. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, of course, because that always helps me out. Hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all things that is Chit Chat Gaming. So once again, guys, this has been Mike with Chit Chat Gaming saying happy gaming.